I've lived in this country long enough to know that I already am American.
Imagine all the people living without fear. Oh, imagine that.
However, internally, I've always felt American. I've always felt as if I told someone that I was Senegalese, that in fact that I would be lying to this person, because I haven't been back to Senegal ever since I was a child.
Tonight we are focusing on the human face of an individual and his struggle, his challenges, and today a victory of sorts.
I have been sadly appalled at the way this country has been treating immigrants, especially undocumented immigrants.
In the New Revised Standard Version, the passage reads, "When an alien resides with you in your land, you shall not oppress the alien. The alien who resides with you shall be to you as the citizen among you. You shall love the alien as yourself, for you were aliens in the land of Egypt."
And what I'm trying to do here is to get people to calm down, to calm the hell down, that undocumented people are not coming for your babies and for your jobs and all the crazy stuff that you're hearing, in the right-wing media. We're just people who love this community, who love this country.
You may say I'm a dreamer.
Giving a status to these dreamers, the revenue of the United States would increase by $1.6 billion.
And I can tell you, even though I was documented, I was constantly in fear of getting deported. This is a very, very stark fear for people who are in this country who are not yet U.S. citizens.
This is the right thing to do because of financial issues. This is the right thing to do because of our economy. This is the right thing to do because we are all human beings. And this is the right thing to do because they are as Americans as we are.
And about 20% of the immigrants who do get deported from this country actually do have legal status. So is the United States protecting the rights of immigrant workers? In short, no.
Ali, we got your back. Ali, we got your back. We'll harbor you. We'll harbor you.
Does New York State protect the rights of immigrant farm workers? The short answer is no.
My experience of undocumented people is that they are people who are part of our community, who work hard, who care about their families, who love this country, and many of them would jump at the opportunity of becoming a U.S. citizen in a heartbeat.
We will harbor you. We don't really want to admit we're in trouble today, because it's easier for both of us to tuck it away. So let's play make-believe like there's someone to blame. Pretend that we got something to say, but nothing has changed. Lately it feels like we're stuck in a cage, but we can't touch, so what's in the way? And if the whole entire universe is one and the same, why is it so difficult for us to relate?
Certain rules in place within the Department of Homeland Security and the Immigration and Customs Enforcement that will provide to certain individuals the order of supervision. However, 85% of the cases, the Department of Homeland Security just deny those requests and they just deport the individuals.
And by definition, we need to be reminded that every human being on the face of God's earth is our neighbor.
In New York State alone are an estimated 80,000 to 100,000 farm workers. Many of them are undocumented. Many of them live daily in fear.
But I had the privilege of reading Sean Kerr's article on the Post-Standard Online today. Unfortunately, I made the rather foolish mistake of then diving into the comments section. And although some of them were surprisingly supportive, there was enough of the standard fare that I now call for this ceremony. Could you all lay your hands upon my head for the moment? and repeat after me. Say, Sam.
Sam.
You have stuck your head deep into the cesspool of ignorance and hatred. But now, in this community of brethren,
and sisters,
You emerge cleansed. Thank you very much.
With the wind, California, Arizona, I made all your crops. Then it's on up to Oregon together.
When Diane and I just said, sure, we'll give this guy room for a while. Yeah. We didn't know what we were getting into, and we didn't know, believe it or not, we didn't know how easy it was going to be.
Too small number of us have been working for years on immigrant issues in this community, and this community is a community of immigrants.
The thing with community work is that we find it really rewarding us even more than we ever imagined.
In the midst of that paradigm, Jesus said, I was a stranger and you welcomed me. This is the mindset we ought to all have as it relates to dealing with our brothers and our sisters. And
I definitely have a deeper and deeper sense as time moves on that I'm kind of the result of all of the goodness that I've gotten from my community, and that it's my responsibility to give back to this community because of how much it's given to me.
Basic rights apply to all persons regardless of race, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of religious affiliation, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of country of origin, and regardless of immigration status.
This is more than just about politics, and it's been very frustrating to see the contrast between how this issue is played out at the grassroots and the way it's talked about in the national media.
every faith tradition that I know anything about has somewhat of a tenet of love of neighbor.
Grind me, still dust I will be.
The Bible says God is love. How can we love God whom we have not seen, yet not love our brother and our sister whom we see every day?
If there was any one community that I could land in and that I would sort of feel safe with a bunch of sort of a motley crew of activists, it's definitely the Syracuse community. I don't believe there is such a thing as an illegal human being.
Your green valleys, I will work till I die.
I only will if you do our will. I only will if you do our will.
Many of you know that this issue for me has not been just a political one, but really almost an existential one, that for many years I felt in many ways like a man without a home, a man without a country, because I didn't have the legal paperwork. And I've been holding on to, in many ways, to my fears about this. And my fears have really been weighing me down in terms of the fear of, walking in the community and always thinking to yourself, when's that next traffic accident, going to result in my deportation. I've been also able to see how this fear has limited me as a person. And this rock symbolizes pretty much, this fear that I've accumulated from over the past couple of years. And I'd like to simply lay it down. And then just lay it down. That feels better. I didn't get to lay down this fear on my own. This circle that you see here, this community of Syracuse, helped me realize that I have a home, that I'm safe, that I don't always have to feel like an alien. I don't want to be deported. I don't want to have to leave this country. But if it happens, I will always feel like an American in exile somewhere else.